Okay.
Two topic, but I think we should go with the one that might be familiar to each other. Like yesterday, I looked at the news and I saw Atiku, I saw El-Rufai of Kaduna, the former governor of Kaduna, and also the
Okay.
former FCT capital minister.
Okay.
And he was like bringing arguments about forming a government to overthrow Mr. Tinubu, the president, you know. And even though he claims that he is still in the ruling party, but he is interested in politics that will overthrow the government of Tinubu.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, we are the citizens. The country belongs to us, regardless of whatever. Anything they are doing, actually, they are making decisions for you and I, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's very necessary and very important for we, the people, to rub mind together. Let's see what each other think and see how, anyhow, we can contribute in what they are doing or to send the right message to the followers, like to the people like you and I. What do you think? Do you think these people can truly overthrow Tinubu? Do you think they are serious?
My concept differs.
Yeah.
Maybe in their mind, they may think that it's very possible to them. But
Yes.
on my own idea, I don't think it's possible because Tinubu is the president of the country with that
Yeah.
veto power. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's not going to be possible. It's not going
Okay.
to be possible unless they are military and coming to dethrone him through military coup d'etat.
Yeah.
It will be a different thing
Okay.
because even when they say for them to use start it from the house of for the parliament, it's
Yeah.
not going to be also be possible because Nigeria as a state,
Yes.
um, Nigeria as a state is well corrupt in
Very
the
good.
sense that there is no rule of law going over there. That's one of the
Okay.
biggest problems. So they can. It's not easy for them to overthrow Tinubu. I don't think it's not easy. It's not easy. But human mind differs. It may be in their mind, depending on what gives them that courage, the kind of courage they have, for them to think that they can overthrow him. But I don't think they can throw him because the armed force of the military arms of the military arms are under Tinubu. So how are they going to do it? I don't think it's possible. It's possible. The only way it will be possible, as I said earlier on, is that had it been Nigeria as a country, as a state, that's where there is a rule of law, it will be a
Yes.
different thing. Like what is happening in South Korea,
Good.
where the parliament have to sit up and say this, where the masses protest, saying
Yes.
that this is what they want, and the
Yeah.
parliament they look into it. In such a remote country like in Africa, like Nigeria, I have to call it a remote country. It's a country
Yeah.
of mine, but I have to consider it's a remote country. Is that when people protest, people are being shot, people are being killed,
Yeah.
and no politician or the so-called elites said anything about it, and it will just end up like that. Can you imagine? That's why I said there's no rule of law over there. Can you imagine media people like all these allied television,
Yeah.
all these they cannot. There is something they will say on a media. It will become a problem to them. What is this on this thing?
Go ahead. It's just people trying to interrupt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't think El-Rufai and his so-called group can do it. It's not
Oh,
possible. That's my
uh,
contribution.
first, I want to give you the names of people who is involved in this.
Okay.
Atiku is there, the former
Okay.
vice president.
Mm-hmm.
P2B seems to be one of them,
Okay.
right? And you know the popularity of P2B in that country.
Mm.
El-Rufai is also a big figure in that country.
Yes.
And what they are doing is like what El-Rufai said. El-Rufai said that they did it to Jonathan and they can also do it to Tinubu. And you made a point saying that Tinubu is a sitting president with all the
Definitely.
powers, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
But still remember, Jonathan also was a sitting president then. And these
Mm.
people put head together and removed him. Okay. So if you look at all these scenarios, it seems like if these guys are serious, they can do it. They can do it. Right?
Yeah.
So don't you think if they were able to do it to Jonathan, that they can also do it to Tinubu?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they can do it because why I said that they cannot do it is this. Even as you are citing back that they did it to Jonathan.
Yeah.
I object that because Jonathan was not overthrown. There is an election
Yes.
they did,
Yeah.
which they leaked the election. Jonathan failed. It's not the,
Allegedly.
you can't say that that thing is overthrown. I disagree with that. They cannot. They did not overthrow Jonathan. Likewise, Tinubu now. The only
Yeah.
thing they will do is that they can gang up politically
Yes.
against him on 2000 coming 2027.
Yes, exactly. They are not
Mhm.
saying that they will overthrow him like the military person, but what they are doing now is bringing some of the hierarchies in the country together to team
Mhm.
together, like in form of merging the political parties as they did during the Jonathan's regime. You know,
Mhm.
but the question here is: do you think that there is differences? P2B at all costs want to be the president. The South, being the Yorubas and the Igbos, right? They want to be there for the next 8 years, But what this man El-Rufai said yesterday doesn't seem like they are interested for a Southerner to be there in 2027, because if you look at him very clearly, he's focusing on let the tickets be thrown open, let the tickets be thrown open, and you and I know that if they do that, P2B will never win it because money is going to play a big role there.
Definitely.
And P2B is not ready to spend that much, right?
Mhm.
And you and I know that if they do what they are planning to do now, it's
Mhm.
very clear that a man like Atiku is likely to take over. So don't you think these people can just push away the South and take power back to the North?
On my own side, I will say that it's 50-50
Okay.
under probability because this is a kind of a political game they want to play.
Yes.
Besides, you know that the man who is the president, incumbent president now, knows also among them.
Yeah.
They know how to play the dirty game, the political game as well.
Yes.
Do you understand? So
Mm.
so it depends on them to play their card very well. And Tinubu and his own team, because he has group, he has his own people. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has his own people that he did well, he settled well. They are not
Yeah.
going to sit down and cross their fingers. Keep their
Exactly.
fingers crossed. They will not do that.
Exactly.
They will sit back and bring some strategy too, making some steps on how to do what they know what to do well. Because
Yeah.
both teams you are talking about, both the LFI and this thing, they know there is a game they know how to play, which is how to lead the election, do the thing very well. And the P2B, as you said, he had populace of people supporting him,
Exactly.
but they did that game and he fell. And with the populace he had, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? So,
Yes.
and for him to join them, that means he has to play the dirty game with them.
Yeah.
So the truth of the matter is that it's not going to be that kind easy. It may be 50-50 for both sides because Tinubu, being the president, he has the
Yeah.
very power.
Yeah.
He controls every. He's in charge.
He's the man in charge. Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
the man in charge, and
Exactly.
he's one of the key player of that how to play that game.
Okay. Sorry for objecting. Sorry
It
for
may not be
objecting.
easy
Yeah. Sorry
because
for objecting.
another thing in Africa about politics is that money, this
Yes.
money play a very big role in their politics
Yes.
because their politics is not something you will ever say that is free and fair. It's not.
Yes. Okay, now sorry for objecting. Like let's try to use American democracy as example here.
Mm.
You know, Nobody really believed that Donald Trump is going to win massively as he did. Because it was a big disgrace to Democrat Party. The Republican won in the Senate, they won in the House, they won the presidency, and they have almost majority of their appointees in the Supreme Court. So it seems
Mm.
like the American government literally belongs to the Republican Party now. Like the very decision they want to make is very, very easy for them to do anything now in America. No interruption from anywhere because they control almost all the arms of the government, right?
Yeah.
Now, during election time, nobody, even Donald Trump, didn't believe that he is going to win massively. But I also understand that the difference between America and Nigeria is that in America, votes count to some
Yeah.
extent, even though there are sometimes we see a lot of
Yes, a
things.
little manipulation. Yeah.
Yeah, but we know that in there, your vote, you have at least 60% chances of vote counting, right? But
Mm.
in Nigeria, we know that vote is just a thing to deceive the foreign powers that yes, democracy is in action here, you know. But also remember, Tinubu is a master in the game. All these other men that I've mentioned their name, they also know the game too, right? They've
Yeah.
been in the government, they have been vice president, they've been governor. Some of them are still serving governors, some of them are former governors. So they have played the game. They understand how all these systems work. They understand how they do these things. Okay, now I am of the opinion that it's not going to be easy for Tinubu as we think.
Mm-hmm.
Tinubu is a jagaban. Like when it comes to politics issue, how to manipulate, do the things how they know how to do it in that part of the world. I think if you come to Nigeria, you can count Tinubu among the first three men that knows how to do play the game well. I can say that. You know,
Mm.
he know how to fix people. He started this game earlier, and he
Yeah.
have been putting his men in the position, both in state level, local government level, even to the village level, because he
Yes.
knows his future plan, right? But as it stands now, with the issue of what happened between the north and, in fact, between Nigeria and our neighbor, being Benin Republic, our neighbor
Okay.
that Tinubu wanted to send military to attack them.
Niger
Niger
Republic.
Republic. Yeah,
Mm.
so those things provoked the North. The North are not very happy with him, even though that Tinubu keep on sorting them in many ways, you know. But as it stands now, APC seems to be in a secret chaos, right? So my view, this is my personal view, is
Mm.
that before 2027, like before end of this year, 2025, actually Tinubu is going to face opposition in his party. He might win the primary, perhaps unopposed, but there is going to be a lot of decamp. And I am looking at it, I am seeing that P2B might have a chance to be the president. You know why?
What?
Good. Now, Igbos have been clamoring for presidency power, right?
Mm.
And these Northerners understand it very well that even if they play the game and take it back, take the power back, there is going to be like instability, addition, chaos in the country. And they also know that if they give P2B this power, it's going to be for just a limited time of 4 years. Because after 4 years, they are going to make arguments saying that, you know what, a Southerner has been there before you. And for that reason, Southerners have completed their 8 years tenure. Okay.
Okay.
So for that reason, their argument is going to be okay, P2B, you've got to serve for only 8 years, only 4 years. So I am like saying maybe this is the game they want to play. They just want to give the Igbos that 4 years opportunity for camouflaging. Let it be that them too have served in the presidency. Don't
Uh,
you
if
think?
if if you put it in that way, it looks somehow because the Northerners are not the owner of the country called Nigeria.
Yeah,
They are
exactly.
not they are not the owner of the country called Nigeria. They might be doing whatever things they are doing and succeed in it because they are in power. The power is in southern part now, which where the Tinubu is the which makes Tinubu the president of the country now.
Yeah,
Remember,
exactly.
remember, in Africa, everybody has a price. You know that everybody
Mm,
has a price. Even the so-called the group that ganged up against him
mm.
might come drop down and betray their group because of money. Because of money, and you have to know that the one of the weakest thing that happen in Africa is that anybody that has power knows how to corrupt the others for him to get what he wants. So
Exactly.
For Tinubu to be there, do you think that he will spend money? He will spend money. Even the El-Rufai can turn against P2B overnight when the money comes in a huge way because all of them have price. And for them to go there now fighting him is because of money too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
We
because
know
of
what
one
happened to
thing.
El-Rufai.
So
We know what happened to
that's
those
why
people.
I said earlier on that it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? It's not going to, like you said that everybody knew that people don't knew that Trump will win. My brother, I
Yes.
have to tell you the truth. 60-70% of Americans knew that Trump will win if you follow the thing very well. Because
Yes,
the
but not huge,
because
not
Joe
as huge as
Biden
the one.
because Joe Biden did a lot of policies which the citizen voted.
Yes.
Even in the parliament, a lot of things went wrong. People were like,
Every sector.
people were like, this is not what we want. This is not what we look for. This is not what we seek for.
Yes.
So, and over there, there's still rule of law. They're still listening to people. Even though there is some little manipulation. If you look at the Trump speech, he said he's not the one that lose. It's the people that lose. It's the people that
Exactly.
govern. He said it's the
Yeah.
people that govern.
Yes.
But it is not like that in Africa. Africans, they don't care who the people is. That's why sometimes I said that there is no citizen in Africa.
Exactly. But that is why, one of the reasons why we are here is we have to engage ourselves in everything happening there. Like I told you that we have two topics. Number one is this issue in Nigeria. Another one is Congo, because a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, is a Congolese. So he recently he posted something on Facebook saying that Congo is bleeding and nobody is talking. The world is silent. And I was like, maybe this one is still sleeping. He doesn't understand how the world operates. you know, if you've got to carry your own cross, America is bleeding more than Congo. If you don't know, you understand?
Not even Congo. Almost 90% of African countries are bleeding.
Including where we come from,
There
right?
is, we are bleeding. Nigeria is bleeding. Liberia is bleeding.
So
Niger is bleeding. Cameroon is more bleeding. So
even
where are we
where we
going?
come
Many
from is
countries,
bleeding as well.
Zimbabwe, Mozambique,
Yeah,
Lesotho,
yeah.
many African countries are bleeding. So is this Sierra Leone? Is it
So
Ivory Coast? All of those
so
places, that's not good. Even Rwanda, we thought that is okay. It's not okay.
even what is happening there, even what is happening in Congo, Rwanda is also in danger. Trying and everything Rwanda is doing is to protect herself.
Yes, man.
Rwanda has been accused of sponsoring the rebels, but I made the research.
A lot of things happen in Sudan. Do you know that?
Yes, I spoke with a
Both the
friend.
Sudan and even the South Sudan.
I
They
spoke
are poor
with a friend.
countries. They are
I
very poor
spoke with
countries. So Africa is bleeding as a whole. 80 to 90%, 85% of African countries are bleeding. So
okay.
they cannot be calling the international world. There's one thing they should know, which Africans should always know how to do or tackle. This international world people are calling, they have their own problem. And they need to solve their own problem first. Every good country is supposed to solve its own internal problem before looking for another person. So
Yeah. So
African countries should know how to solve their problem. They should not always bring all their problem to the Westerners to solve for them. It doesn't work like that. That's why Africa is still backward. They're
the
supposed to know how to solve their problem. Because when you know your problem and solve your problem, you will see that you will progress.
one thing Africa is lacking knowledge in the sense that even when they have challenges, you have
Mm.
not, like before you could gain attention of United Nations, you have to go through the right channel, right? You don't just United Nations might be seeing you here under attack, even under genocidal attack, but they will not come
They will not
until you
come.
go through the right channel. You know,
Mm.
like if something is happening to you, you just fold your hand and expect the whole world to leave what they are doing and come to your rescue. That is what Africa is doing. Look at this guy.
Even sometimes in such a large channel, that's why I tell you that everybody have a price.
Yeah.
There's some activists that went to United Nations, submit some report or files. Those
Mhm.
reports or files are not being touched because the opponents use money to
To silence them.
to put it down. That's why I'm telling you, there is price for everything. If you look at what is happening in football organization in the whole world called FIFA,
Yeah.
you see how the money is moving from
Hmm.
different crannies of nook and crannies,
Yeah.
penetrating.
Yeah.
You see that corruption there.
Yeah.
So when we want to say about this, Africa needs to know how to solve their problem first.
By
Not
themselves.
everything by themselves.
Good.
Sometimes Africa said that the Westerners are their problem. I disagree on that.
Thank
because
you. We are
I
in the same
disagree on
nation.
that. You know,
Mm.
this young man in Burkina Faso who stand up, firm, fighting for the good of his own country.
Even the Rwanda they are accusing.
Mhm.
Don't
So
you know what happened in
Africa needs
Rwanda
to
years
stand
ago?
up. Mm. Africa have a very big, serious problem.
My anger, my annoyance is this. The thing is, we've not realized that in this world, anything you are facing, you are the one to bring a solution to your own challenge,
Definitely.
not an outsider.
Not
Because
an outsider.
take for instance, you and I were in Korea today, right? If you read the history of South Korea, you will
Mhm.
understand that they have been in more pain than any African state.
More and more, yeah.
But something happened.
They stand up.
The population have to take it upon themselves.
Yes,
Agree that yes, we might be unalived, but whatever that happens, at the end, we are going to get our freedom.
definitely.
You know. So now, why we are here is to try to tell our people politicians enjoy a chaotic a chaotic environment because when there is chaos, that is when they make their money. That is when they see opportunity to manipulate and move forward, right?
Mm,
So it
mm,
is left for the people, the citizens, to realize that if we fold our hands, the politician can never fight for the good of the people. It is the people that will force the politicians to do what is good. And that is why democracy seems to be the best form of government ever practiced. I'll give you reasons.
I
One,
know.
democracy will give you the opportunity. Like if you look at what happened in America, do you know that it was Mr. A telling the people, I am going to build borehole for you? I'm giving an example, right?
Mm,
Mr. B telling the people, I am going to build road for you, right? At the end of the day, what is going to happen? Mr. A and Mr. B has a promise they made. It is now left for the people to say, okay, what is more important to me? What is more important to me is borehole, right? Because I have to drink water before I can be able to walk on the road. So if those who have the need of water surpass those who have the need of road, what is going to happen? The person who promised to give them water is going to win the election because majority is going to vote for the person. But the person who promised road is going to lose the election. That is the benefit of democracy. Democracy allows the people to control who will be the leader. And that
but
is what checkmating the people, checkmating the leaders. And that is what will force the leader to do what is right.
yes, but let me come in. Not as if that I'm putting finger in your mouth. First
All
of
right.
all, democracy, as you said, is good. But the problem now is this: do people know what a democracy is? That's the one point. People demonstrate autocracy and call it democracy. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Majority of African countries are not practicing democracy. Do you believe that?
Maybe not even one.
That is number one. Number two, you are talking about what we are doing for people, for the masses, for the citizens, to see that they have to come upon themselves to challenge the politicians.
Yes.
Do you know that the same politicians are increasing the tariff of the network so that those people who are doing this thing, they will not have the money to watch it.
They can't even afford data.
They can't
Yeah,
even afford
I
the data
heard
to do it, to watch it.
during the Doe election,
Mhm,
one man who come to the television to canvass for his candidate said that
mhm.
in fact that the Doe people doesn't need television because they don't
Can
even
you
have
imagine?
money to buy data.
Yeah, that is it. So let's use Nigeria for example now. If you look at the letter of the tariff now, from 14 naira to 18 naira, the other one from this, they increase the tariff. What is the aim? The politician purposely did that so that you will not come
The
online.
masses
You will not
will-
have the masses will not have that data because they notice that through data, through media, most of them will wake up.
exactly, and
So
that is why we.
so they are not sleeping. That's what makes them politicians. That's why I said that democracy in Africa is not a democracy. The judiciary are being controlled by the politician.
Everything, everything.
Why the people that practice democracy? It's not like that. Policing is an
Mhm,
independent institution, but in
mhm.
Africa, it's not like that. The executive controls them.
Let me interject and ask you just one question.
Okay.
Because like as I said at the beginning, we are here to open our eyes to know what we need to know in order to build a livable community. It is a shameful thing that there is no a single state in Africa that is well civilized in technology, in science, and perhaps in infrastructure. All right. So now, what do you think that we can do in that country that will change the environment for good? Perhaps change the thinking of the people. Like if you come to the country now, and I know that the benefit the politicians have is that they will tell Mr. A that because this guy is not a Muslim, you don't need to work with him. And perhaps some churches also are telling their members because this person is a Muslim or non-believer in Christ, you shouldn't work with them. But mostly we see that in the Muslim uh, background. But however, having seen all these things, and also remember tribalism in there, having seen all these things, what do you think we can do to get things right? Or what would be your own opinion, personal opinion? It doesn't matter if
You
anybody
know, you
likes it.
know when you said get things right, depending on the angle where you are going, is it in technology aspect, inventing of technology, production, is it where you're going, or in academic side, or in what angle?
The general angle, which I believe, is that if politically we can get the political ideology right, if we, the masses, because it is very clear that the politicians are not ready to change to favor the masses. Even if these guys that are coming up now saying that they want to change the country, even if you give them power, even if we remove Tinubu tomorrow and put them there, I do not believe that they are going to do something that will favor the poor masses like us, right? So I believe that the best correction have to start from the government, right? The best thing that is to move the country forward is neither we find a way to make sure that your vote, because the key point of all these things is because they know your vote and my vote means nothing to them, right? If they know that if they do wrong, I will vote against them, they will change. So my idea here is what do you think that we can do, right? To get the politicians in check, to get them to understand that this country belongs to us, not them. Or this country belongs to all of us.
Okay, it's for us to know the fundamentals. For example, first of all, is the constitution. Any
Okay.
state, any entity, whatever that want to stand to build, or any nation that's supposed to be built, first of all,
Mm.
start with the constitution.
Yeah.
Constitution drafting of constitution is not about one or two people on the bedroom
Mhm.
deciding what they want. It's not done like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why in Africa there is no African country you will go to the middle class citizen and ask them what are their constitution. None of them know about. None of them know their constitution. None of them know their constitution. None of
Do
them know their constitution. Nobody knows. Because the constitution is not being made or draft with the consent of the public, the masses. It's not done. The so-called elite or the politician don't care about them. They draft the constitution in a way that it will suit them.
Yes.
So when we talk about how to want to make things right, you need to start with the constitution.
Yes. Good.
Drafting a constitution, people, the masses, the people of that nation, the people of that country should be involved.
Yes.
There will be a deliberation. You know what people want. They will deliberate it before it started being implemented.
Mm.
It's very, very important because when there is constitution, there is rule
Mm.
of law. The rule
Okay.
of law now have to come in. Then on that aspect, the politician will know that if I did this, I may be in prison. Arrested.
Yes. Okay.
Every politician will know that there is a law that guides him too. So whenever he's doing whatever he's doing or whatever game he wants to play, he should know that he have to be careful.
All
But
right.
in Africa, it's not like that. That's why I said there's no constitution in Africa. That's why anybody can rig election. Anybody that took the power can do anything he wants. Can you imagine that only in Africa that the president or the people that holds power kill their citizen and have no remorse, and nothing will happen.
No
The,
question.
the police, who is a civil for civil, which was implemented for the for to protect the civil people, are not doing their work. They also follow them to kill.
But
So
I
there's
am,
a lot of things.
this issue of police, I think is one of the most controversial. Why? You pay police a very. I think I had a conversation with you recently where I was telling you that you pay police less than the money that can buy a bag of rice.
That is not
So what?
supposed. That's why I said earlier. The constitution is the basic, because India is supposed to be an independent body. If they are an independent body, they will do their work.
And they will be paid well
If
because
they be there, wait, see the truth about it. If they are an independent body, hmm,
mm,
they can generate money for that institution, or the organization very well, to pay well. They don't need it from from the federal, like, or whatever, the executive,
mm,
because
okay,
executive doesn't control them. Then their power have limitation. That is where the constitution have to come in, because the constitution has to hold every 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 dentrace, every attribute, every tentacles will be involved. So whenever you do something contrary to it, you
mm,
will be held responsible.
okay. Now look, I agree with you. The constitution can correct almost 100% of the
Mm.
errors in that country.
Yes.
Like a lot of people, including the governors, the cultural bodies, have been agitating for police security, police
Mm.
policing, which will give each individual state the ability to have their own security outfit, just like as it is in America and UK and other civilized places. And I can remember 2000 and I think that is 2017, if not late 2016. There was attack in Nsuka, in Nimbo, Nsuka. You remember that attack, right?
Mm.
Where the Fulani jihadists attacked the village, killed unalived both the king, the civilians there. They did a lot of bad things in that community. And how did they do it? They have been living among the people. And you know how Igbo people are well cultured people. Everything in Igbo land is organized. That is, we understand how to do things, right? In that community, I don't know how it is done in your own part, but because I come from there, I think I have more knowledge about how it is run there.
Mm.
That community, already with approval of government or without approval of government, Igbos knows how to run anywhere they find themselves. And it is written as a constitution in the mind that there is a place designed for security house, right? And there is big bell. You know when we are going, if you remember your primary school days, I don't know where you schooled. I schooled in the government school. So there is a big bell during break time and during morning assembly. Somebody will go and ring that big bell. Bang, bang, anywhere you are, you will hear the sound. And you know that it is a call for all to come together. That bell signifies general call, emergency. Even in my community, my village, it is still there. Anytime you hear that bell and you are a youth in that community, anywhere you are, it is a call, emergency call for you to come. There is something emergency that the king or the leadership of the village couldn't wait to pass the message at the market or at night to allow the people to come. But this one is too emergency. So anytime you hear that bell, it is a call for emergency. So anywhere you are, whatever time it is, you are going to go there to know what is happening, right? This is the culture of our people there. So these Fulanis have lived with the people. They have understood how they run themselves, how they run the community, how everything works. So what they did is that at midnight, around 3 a.m., they go and ring the bell. As the culture says, the youth of the community, all of them came out. And these people
So
have
what
ambushed.
what we are talking about is how to, to secure the, in terms of insecurity,
Yeah, yeah,
policing.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm coming from the angle of insecurity. And the reason why the
We are
constitution
talking
need to
about whether to introduce a state policing, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to give the benefit, the benefit of the security, police security, right? So when these guys came, they rang the bell, and the people came out as the constitution of the community required, and they have laid ambush. When these guys came out, they opened fire on them.
Yes.
Even the king, everybody, they unalived them, right? But as they did it, do you know that they crossed Enugu Bandre with Benue, Benue Bandre with all this ammunition and everything and went back to where they came from?
Yes.
Now, the governor, see why we need the security policing. The governor, later
Is
in
it,
the days,
is it the reason why we need state policing, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Later in the days, the governor visited the community. And do you know what happened? Before these people came, they informed the security men, and the security men opened road. No interruption. It was well organized that even the presidency was aware of it. Because the governor told us that he was aware that such thing, he was informed that there is going to be such evil thing in that community. And he was calling the president, and the president didn't answer his call. The governor came, he was crying like a boy. He said it with his own mouth. Then was Governor Ugwai,
I know.
that's Musuka, right? So now he told us that he was aware, he was informed. His security secret service informed him. And he called the president because he doesn't have the power to control the police. The police is under federal. If he asks any police officer to do anything, he tell you that I have to receive order from above first. Right? So now, why we need security policing is if we have security policing will be under the governor. And the governor wouldn't have any reason to call federal, to inform federal that he need assistance in so place. Right?
Let me just come towards this because you know that this program you touch different points.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in next time I will come on to like this. We pick a particular point, we deliberate about it, digest it very well. Let's say that maybe in next time. But what I'm mm, police security
Security
state
policing.
security
State security.
policing it differs from state policing. State policing is whereby the police is something like the state controls their own police. It's not. Is it not
Yeah,
what you're saying? Okay.
that's what we want.
Every advantage have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
On that aspect, it may bring another hatred and killings again. In the sense that when such a thing happens, that means the governor of that state
Yeah,
is who in charge of, is in control. And
yeah.
when he's in control, he can use police to rig his own election. He can use
Are
the
they not doing
police.
it now?
He can still use the police to. He can use the same police to, uh, especially his opposition. He
Yeah,
will
the
use the same
opposition.
police to fight his opposition.
Yeah.
So I don't think state policing is the best. On my own, before I go, I don't think state policing is the best. What we need to do is this: police, as in a civil society, supposed to be an independent institution under the
Mm-hmm.
judiciary. Under the judiciary. If you did that, you will see that judiciary are not going to be controlled. Like what is happening in Africa, in many places like our own country, the executive appoint the judiciary, the judge, which is not supposed to. You can appoint me and I come to work against you. It's not done. It's not done. You
Okay.
understand? So it's supposed to be an independent body. And when it become an independent body, everybody will sit up. Because if they sit up and work well, they make money and make themselves proud.
Okay. You've made a good point. First of
Mm.
all, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Yeah,
I
thank you so
appreciate that.
much. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Uh I don't know your programs. When will you be chance again? I would like us to have a perhaps continuous conversation because there is a lot to discuss.
Yeah, weekend precisely, it will be okay. On weekend, I'm more free.
Tomorrow
Okay.
is already
Tomorrow,
Friday.
tomorrow is Friday. Friday is still a working day.
Yeah.
Later from Saturday, we can make an appointment and know Saturday, Sunday, we can make an appointment and no one is okay.
Oh, all right. Then I will contact you privately.
All right.
Then.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brother Chris, for joining us. I would like to know more about your background later so that we will address you properly the way it should be. but we enjoyed having a conversation with you. You are well informed about the happening in the country, and we are very, very determined to see a change in our society, because a change in our society will bring peace, unity, prosperity, and in all, the poor masses will be remembered. Our concern mainly is not just okay. You back?
No, I'm not. I'm not back. I'm just,
Okay, okay, okay.
no problem. Mm.
Yeah. So a change in our society will be very helpful to us, because when that happens, our people will be saved. Take for instance, we've seen a lot of our brothers and our sisters unaliving in the Mediterranean Sea, where they are trying to travel to Europe to find a green pasture, which at the end, if 10 went for the journey, almost 7 will be unalived and 3 will succeed. And nobody is talking about it. Nobody cares about it. Nobody shows concern. All these things are not fair. And if we, the masses, who are the ones suffering, close our eyes, join the politicians, the elite who has no reason to even think about that, it means that we have problem. So the purpose of being here is to rub mind together with you to see what we can do to rescue ourselves. A friend of mine from Congo posted a video, perhaps a written note, saying that Congo is bleeding and nobody is showing remorse. Nobody, the world is silent. And I was like, oh, maybe this my brother is not yet well informed, because this is your cross. You've got to carry your cross. You've got to figure out a way to sort it out. Complaining like African has been doing from time memorial is not helpful. Look at our brothers in America, the black Americans, they are living in complaint. Look at our brothers in Europe, European blacks, they are living in complaint. And we in the motherland, we also live in complaint, complaining day and night. It's not helpful. It is very shameful that our brothers are dying in the Mediterranean. And nobody, not even the citizens are taking it serious. I've watched a lot of interview from those survivors, and if you ask any of them, if you know that you are going to pass through such difficulty and perhaps going to see your own self unalived in the river, in the ocean, would you like to go through the journey? And none of them will actually say yes. They will tell you that if they know it's going to be that difficult and that hard, they would never try it. You see? Yeah, so we are going to make this program well organized. We are going to organize it in a way that if you are coming up, you will know what we are going to discuss, and you must know that you will be well informed so that your point will be clear and well made. And I want to tell you that you are welcome to join. You can write us a private message or write down in the comment section that you would like to be a guest. It doesn't matter where you come from. You must not be black, neither must you be an African. And we will bring it up. And if even if what you want to discuss does not have any relation with politics, so far it is what will help humanity. What will help humanity. You will be welcomed. We will welcome you, because we are here to save life. We are here to save the masses. We are here to look at the difference between you and I. And we are here to see how we can work together to make the world a better place. Look, if I look at the world 20, 30 years ago, perhaps 10 years ago, you and I will come to agreement that the world was safer, the world was better, the world was healthier 10 years ago. The world was healthier 20 years ago. The question becomes, what is happening today? And is it our fault? Where have we got it wrong?